In a bid to bridging the gap between citizens and opaque governance structures in Nigeria, a non-governmental organization, Kimpact Development Initiative (KDI), convened a one-day capacity building workshop in Osogbo, Osun State Capital, to equip media professionals and community leaders with tools to demand transparency and accountability in Nigeria's mining sector. The workshop focused on community accountability and media engagement with a deliberate emphasis on understanding authoritarian influence, opaque governance system, and their consequences for democratic participation in resource-rich communities. While opening the session, the KDI team lead, Bukola Idowu, dissected how authoritarian influence and lack of transparency weaken institutions meant to protect citizens and weaken democracy. He identified faulty election, poverty, and a compromised judiciary as some of the internal factors that can destroy democracy. He maintained that KDI's intervention in Ijeshaland is part of a broader effort to strengthen democratic accountability at a subnational level, empowering those closest to the people with knowledge and networks to drive change.
China is not in democracy, but they are already moving into Nigeria, working with Nigeria to even influence your democracy. Do you even know that China, to some larger percentage, now control the flow of information in Nigeria?
The workshop turned its lens on Ijeshaland and surrounding mining affected areas as Oluwafemi Adebayo, KDI head research and strategy, examined recurring governance gaps, labor concerns, health issues, environmental degradation, and community exclusion. He noted that the workshop is part of the series of engagements aimed at building a network of informed actors across mining communities in Osho State, with plans to follow up on mentoring, data support, and platforms for dialogue between communities, government agencies, and mining operators.
What people don't know, when you don't spotlight it, there might be possibility it goes on for years. Yeah, it goes for years and continues to be like that. We're not even interested in the mining side. I mean, the powerful mining side. We are not. But what we're interested in is how do we document the effect on the people?
Through group discussions, participants highlighted labor exploitation in artisanal and small scale mining sites where lack of regulation leaves workers vulnerable, exclusion of host communities from negotiations, and benefit sharing agreements despite bearing the brunt of mining environmental and social costs. The key outcome of the session was a participatory mapping exercise where participants identified specific accountability issues in their communities and the institutions responsible for oversight. They include gaps in the enforcement of environmental standards by regulatory agencies, poor communication between mining companies and host communities, and limited access to public information on mining contracts and revenue flows. Reports say the Nigerian mining sector holds a significant potential for economic growth, but the potential remains unrealized where governance is weak and communities are excluded. Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.